Surviving narcissistic abuse leaves you with a unique set of trauma responses that you would not see in other trauma survivors. By other trauma survivors, I mean survivors of different forms of trauma such as poverty, surviving a car accident, or war. Unfortunately, the diagnostic criteria for post-traumatic stress in the DSM, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Disorders, are different from the typical symptoms. Typical symptoms include hypervigilance, anxiety, stress, hyperarousal, nightmares, and flashbacks. However, the diagnostic criteria do not include atypical symptoms like cognitive resonance, trauma bonding, chronic self-doubt, and other similar symptoms. First, trauma bonding and cognitive dissonance. These two are atypical symptoms, meaning you would not see them in other trauma survivors like war veterans or earthquake survivors. Trauma bonding happens because of the hot and cold behavior of the narcissist. It has been described as a bond of Herculean strength, akin to addiction. You want to leave the narcissist, but simultaneously, you feel like you can't live without them. This is a trauma symptom. Along with that comes cognitive dissonance, which is basically like inner splitting. One part of you knows the narcissist's bad side, the monstrous side that you're afraid of. Yet, the other part still wonders if maybe they're not that bad, magnifying the good memories and leading to emotional confusion. Second, you cannot trust. A very important sign is that you cannot trust not only other people, but yourself as well. The narcissist has really hurt your sense of self and intuition, disconnecting you from them. You cannot trust your own decisions, because the narcissist has convinced you that you are not thinking correctly. You cannot trust other people, because you have been betrayed in the most painful way. Narcissistic abuse, trauma, and betrayal are the worst forms of betrayal one can ever experience. Betrayal does not happen when they cheat on you or when they sleep with somebody. That is just one of the other forms of it. Betrayal happens when they lie to you, when they promise you a land of dreams that they never intend to offer, when they show you a side of themselves that does not exist, when they give you all the things you want without intending to continue giving, when they tell you all the bad things about yourself that are not true. It is just nothing but projection. And when they discard you, leave you after convincing you that you are the cause of every single problem, this is a mega betrayal that I'm talking about here. Third, psychosomatic issues. One of the most commonly struggled with issues is facing a lot of psychosomatic issues. Your body is showing you that you are in a lot of pain, with various physical symptoms indicating the stress you're under, often exacerbated by the presence of the narcissist. Your body may manifest gut issues, inflammatory bowel disease, allergies, rosacea, acne, inflammation of all organs, autoimmune disorders, pains, aches of all sorts, and more. These issues may not have an organic cause, but they are deeply tied to the stress caused by the narcissist in your life. Fourth, isolation. You isolate a lot from groups and crowds, even from people you love or want to be around. This isolation is both external and internal, stemming from the disconnection the narcissist has caused within you. The narcissist has disconnected you from your emotions, thoughts, joy, and happiness, replacing them with misery and their voice that keeps tormenting you. Everything you say and do gets questioned by that voice, and you blame yourself. You're afraid of getting triggered because whenever you're around people, you're afraid of saying something wrong and getting yelled at, screamed at, or being told you're crazy. You're afraid of other people's emotions. It's too much to notice, to work with, to deal with, to filter. That's why you prefer isolation. It feels like depression, but you're not depressed. It's just that you're afraid of getting triggered. Moreover, you're grieving, you don't know how to be around people. You have lost that capability. It's temporary, but it's true. You've lost your capability, and it is going to take some time for it to come back. Fifth, rumination. You struggle with rumination a lot, constantly going over past events and trying to make sense of what happened. This is a sign of deep sadness and trauma stuck within you. Rumination in itself is a manifestation of the freeze response. You're always thinking, how did that happen? Why did I allow that to happen? How could I be that stupid? Why did he or she treat me that way? How could they be that bad? And then you are going over and over those memories, trying to get some kind of closure for yourself. You're trying to make some sense of what happened to you because you're still bamboozled, you're shocked, and you are still fragmented internally. One part of you is struggling with the others, and you're trying to integrate all these fragmented aspects of yours. Rumination shows that there is a lot of trauma stuck in your body, and you have been violated in all ways imaginable. Rumination is the sign of deep, deep sadness that you're struggling with, and you do not know how to put it into words. Rumination shows that you are trying to move on, but you cannot cut the chains of the past. For you to truly overcome this, you have to learn how to sit with your body and feel the feels, but in a very controlled way, in a way you can tolerate, and let go of those memories, let go of those emotions that are stuck within so that they don't haunt you in your thoughts or in your nightmares.